Hey guys, and welcome back to Cultured Boys, a show where two guys just want to have a chat. I'm Nathan, and as always, I'm joined by Pepe, and y'all know what it is. It's the new yearly tradition. Third one in a row. All the new Jump series of the year. Ready for a long one. Let's do it. Let's go.
Yes, it's that time of year again. I'm so excited to talk about all the series that have come and gone in 2025. We've seen in 23 and 24. I think there's always been a key standout series, you know what I mean? There's I think 23 was Kagurabachi, 24 was Ichi the Witch.
Yes.
And we might have our next one this year, we're not sure. Me and Nathan will discuss and share our thoughts in it.
Yep.
But right, we've got 13 series. I think it's 13 series, isn't it? That we got in this.
Yes, 13 series.
Yeah, so we're gonna discuss these one by one and fire off, and yeah, let's jump into it.
Okay, so kicking it off with Embers, written by Kei Kurumazaki, illustrated by Sotaro Nishi, published February 3rd to June 23rd, so it's ended 20 chapters. Get used to this, because a lot of them, as Pepe said, have gone. Middle school brawler Noboru Haitani has never lost a fight, but the bitter taste of a soccer defeat gradually warms him up to the sport until one day, Haitani finds himself in a match against a team featuring middle school soccer prodigy Takami. An outlaw fights his way into the world of soccer. I will say this now, so I don't have to say it every time. All of these have come directly from the Manga Plus app/website itself. So thank you, Manga Plus, for all the breakdowns.
Nice. So Nathan, how does it feel to have another soccer anime, manga, end so quickly? I guess luckily it's the first chapter, so you haven't actually invested much into it. But
no, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks because, we don't have that many. And although I don't follow it in real life,
yeah,
I wouldn't mind a football manga.
Yeah.
However, I kind of get it.
Do you think?
This one was okay.
Okay. This is an interesting one for me because I feel the reason why this ended, right? Because it follows a lot of things that exist already in manga. And I know Shonen is always one of those things where it's there's always those tropes, there's always these things, and there's a lot of stuff that stacks against Embers. However, it's got the main character who's a delinquent who picks up football and is actually has a unique talent for it, which kind of screams to me slam dunk. This is the thing with me, is that I've read this and there's a teacher figure who's also his guide, obviously helping him through the soccer world and stuff like that. And the thing with it for me, I think the art was great in this. I actually really enjoyed the art in this series.
Oh, the art was amazing. Yeah. We'll say that for sure.
And I think it's just there's so much stacked against this though. There's only so much you can do within the sports manga where it's grounded in reality. To be you got your Captain Tsubasas out there, you know what I mean? And you've got other big series that come through over the decades, bear in mind. What can you do to make this feel different? And to me, Embers kind of felt like it didn't bring anything different to the table. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the first chapter of it. I was kind of gutted it ended. But I can also, like you said, I can also see why at some points it doesn't bring anything too fresh.
I think also it's because the main character, Haitani, is at best a midfielder.
Yeah.
If you're going to write a sports series, especially football, right, or soccer,
yeah,
unless the main character's a striker, right, it's not that interesting because, if you're midfield or defense, like a defender,
yeah,
really, it is just, if he's already there, he's pretty talented because he's just, he doesn't let anyone get past because he's just that pig-headed or stubborn or whatever. There's only so many times people are going to want to see the main character just be a defender.
Yeah.
And then, you're going to very quickly have to focus on the characters that do the exciting parts of the sport.
I think something when you look at stuff like Kuroko no Basket, for example, you got your dual protagonists there with Tiger and Kuroko.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think with something like that, I feel like you do need a secondary protagonist, and maybe it does come through a bit further on in the other chapters. I'm not obviously you've only read the first one, but yeah, I think it has to be a really, really unique series to focus on that kind of role for Haitani. And
I mean, it seemed like it was going to quickly evolve into like, oh, here's this new team.
Yeah.
Because like in the first chapter, they put together like a ragtag team. He just gets his other delinquent friends.
Yeah.
And they've all been playing football for like a month. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, it is roughly that though. Yeah, it's a really quick turnaround on it. Yeah.
So like, the end of the first chapter, he goes to, is it a college or a high school? A high school, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a high school. Yeah.
Oh, that was it. A high school affiliated with a college.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes to join the team.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm pretty sure in the next 19 chapters, it's just getting to know the other players and then doing some matches.
You know what this sounds like though? Immediately that sounds like Haikyuu. You know what I mean? It's immediately the fact that like Hinata ends up joining the same school as who he claims to be his rival at the start of the series is like, well, is that not this feels very Haikyuu code, and I feel like, is it not guaranteed to be like that player probably ends up joining the same team as Haitani? Again, I'm not entirely sure that is the case, but it could be, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But regardless, like I think Embers, I think a solid first chapter, to be honest. I think you can just see why the odds are stacked against it, and I think for me it sucks. I think it was a good first chapter, but I don't know, I'm not too gutted about the loss of it.
Yeah, I'm gutted about the loss, but that's just because,
Yeah.
sports series, and I'm not gonna lie, if I was reading manga week to week, I probably would have read this for sure.
Yeah.
And then when it got axed, would have been the normal, like, Pepe, it's dead. It's gone, Pepe.
Yeah, and bear in mind, like just around half a year, to be honest, this lasted. 20 chapters, yeah.
Bruh, it's in the zone. It's in the zone.
Yeah.
There is always a bunch that
Yeah.
get axed. It's just what Jump does.
The funniest thing about that is, and I think we're going to move on to the next one now because it's so jokes, that the next series, Star of Beethoven, started a week after Embers did and ended a week after Embers did. It's literally like, yep, cool, here's your 20 chapter run. That's it. But shall we move on to Star of Beethoven? Unless there's anything you want to say lastly about Embers.
No, not really. Except rip.
Yeah.
Well then, let's get into Star of Beethoven, created by Morihiro Hayashi, published February 10th to June 30th, 20 chapters again. The door of fate now opens. Piano prodigy Ichiro Yaso left the world of classical music after an incident at a competition. He vowed to never play the piano again, but now that he has a mentor claiming to be Beethoven, it may be time for his redemption. So what did you think of Star of Beethoven?
So, okay, this is the thing of this series. The art was a bit like, it threw me a little bit, because I think it was certain bits of it I was like, I'm not sure if it was like a good art style or rough art style. It kind of like, but there's other series on this list which I will talk about the art style a lot more. It like threw me off a little bit, but nothing too bad. I think though it is a really, really interesting concept.
Yes,
like the fact that Beethoven comes back to life, or is like, I don't know, isekai'd into the future, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But
okay, before we get more into that, is that what you expected from the title?
What? Absolutely not.
Okay, yeah, me neither. I thought it was going to be like all of the big names from classical music.
Yeah.
Like Star, right, was like the reincarnations all in the same like generation of kids or something, or people.
Yeah.
And it was going to be like, oh, it's the new age of classical music. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I thought it was going to be one of these like, oh, they all come back and that's the Star of Beethoven. That's the Star of, I don't know.
Like a kind of like, there's a series that is like that copies that kind of thing where it's like, it sounds very JoJo-esque if anything, but
in a way, but you know what I mean? Like, that's what I thought it was. I wasn't expecting friggin' Beethoven
to actually turn up and
to
then
just
speak
appear
German.
in modern day Japan. Yeah. Also, the fact that fucking Ichiro just out of nowhere just speaks German. You're like,
yeah.
I mean, it's possible. Don't get me wrong, but
yeah.
Also, what?
It is
random Japanese high schooler is just like fluent in German for apparent no reason.
Yeah, it is bizarre, so bizarre as a concept, but I also kind of love it. I think it's so unique as a thing. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm on board with it. The thing is, I don't know if I'd read it week to week though. Like, you know what I mean? And obviously it's ended 20 chapters. My one thing about this as well is that it's a music manga at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And music manga are always so tough to get into.
Yeah.
It's because there's that barrier of like, well, I don't know what the audio sounds like right now. I don't know what these songs, and it could be the best freaking music, like piano you ever heard. And I'm there like, well, I have no fucking clue. It's just like you have to tell it by the art style.
But you might though, Pepe.
Yeah.
Because if they describe it like in the first chapter, you know, oh, Beethoven's Fifth Symphony or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one that goes dum 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 dum?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, I know that one.
It's,
Because that's what they did in the first chapter. And I'm like, oh, I know that one. Yeah, okay. That one. Right. Yeah.
Mate, it is just, yeah. It's just one of those ones where I would love to actually see this like as like I don't know, like a movie or something like that, or like I don't even think it holds anime series.
No, it's like a one-off thing, innit? Like, you know, for like 2 hours and then you're like, cool, I'm done.
I think that's it. I don't need a whole series of this. I want a short story of how this happens. I want a beginning, middle, and end within an hour and a half, and I think that would be perfect for this kind of series in an anime movie form or something. But yeah, what did you think of this? What was your thoughts?
I think it's all right.
Yeah.
Again, Beethoven is the most interesting part.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
The rest of it is just like, I don't even care. The fact that Ichiro gave up because he fucked up one competition.
Yeah.
But it's just because he's a prodigy and then he fucked it up. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
This isn't Your Lie in April where he has a reason for not actually playing anymore. He's traumatized, right?
Yeah.
This is just, oh, I did really bad at a comp.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck off then.
Yeah. You're so right though. The whole series runs and lives off of the fact that Beethoven's alive again. That is like the main character is quite forgettable. Like the whole world around it is quite forgettable. Like all the characters around him are. The only thing is, it stands out so much about fucking Beethoven. Like, and you want to realistically from this series, you want to see him obviously do his thing, and obviously him pairing up with Ichiro. That's a quite cool concept and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be your mentor, but you want to see him walking into fucking corner shops and saying, "What the hell is this?" Like screaming shit at people. Like, that's what you want.
Was ist los? Was ist das?
Yeah, that's what you want. And I think that was the main appeal of the series. Everything else around it is just like, okay, it's cool. I just love the concept of it. It's just execution may but not be its strongest thing. The whole, what else?
Yeah, I mean, it's not what I expected, and I think that's what made it interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long it would have survived after the surprise of it all, because again, the actual like protag that isn't Beethoven gave up the one thing he was good at because of first world problems. It's just kind of like,
yeah,
I get it. That will happen. It's not like it doesn't happen in real life, right? That someone is just, I've won the whole time. I've killed it my entire life at this one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now I fucked up once. I'm out.
Yeah.
That probably has happened to many people.
Mm-hmm. It's the fear of failure, isn't it? Yeah.
That's not an interesting story.
Yeah, it needs a bit more to it. It is what it is. To be honest, it's not the most egregious first chapter we've ever read in this. And again, it just has its flaws. I think some good strengths to it. Honestly, I think it does have some, but it just doesn't have the full package, unfortunately. But yeah, again, I'm not surprised it ended. Let's put it this way: I'm not surprised it's only got 20 chapters.
Yeah, I'm really, really not.
Right, should we move on?
Yes. Here we go.
Yeah.
You can already tell by our reactions.
Yeah.
Nice Prison, created by Tatsuya Suganuma. Published April 21st to September 8, 19 chapters. Horo Mitsuboshi is a supermodel prisoner who was born and raised in the slammer, but in order to bring peace and niceness back to wild Nobanashi prison, this is like the first time I'm actually reading this out loud, he'll have to stand up to the super death row prisoner. Are you following this so far? I literally didn't even know that's how it ends. I just copied and pasted this.
I thought you were directly talking to me.
No, that's actually what that says. Like, it actually says, are you following this so far? What the?
That's funny. That caught me off guard. Okay, really catch me off guard. Right, anyway. God, this is tough. This is a tough read.
This was the roughest one for me so far.
Yeah, it is like there's other series on here which are like, okay, you can get past this. This gave me Protect Me Sugamaru vibes.
Yeah.
It's that one that like I think that is our bar of like how bad is this series? Protect Me Sugamaru is that lowest bar. Then we had one last year which was quite similar.
It was the same mangaka, wasn't it?
No. Oh wait, same Magako as Sugamaru. Sorry, yeah, it was. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the same. But then Nice Prison gives. I had to check who the author was in this. I was like, are they back again? Are they back again to create more shite?
I knew it wasn't because the art style is different.
Yeah.
It looks close,
Yeah.
but like it's not quite.
Yeah, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
But the jokes in this comedy series, yeah, God.
This is the worst part, is that this is the third year we're doing it, but it just feels like each year they like try to get one of these like comedy series that are just kind of like, okay, we have a theme and we have a setting, but it's just random gags and stuff. Hopefully you like it. Otherwise, I mean, I don't know.
None of it lands for me though. Like the characters are I don't want to say shite, but like God, the jokes don't land. The art felt quite meh as well. I don't know if like this sketchy kind of art like lends itself to the comedy. I was like, no, it doesn't really. Like none of it felt that great. You might find it funny as a kid maybe, but then there's like just the setting doesn't really lend itself to it that much. The prison is kind of random concepts. It's like,
yeah, I was gonna say I didn't care for.
Yeah.
That's a really weird choice, and especially to go the complete opposite.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, there's like model prisoners, the ones that will get let out early for good behavior, and then there's like the ones above.
Yeah.
These super. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. What? None of this is what. It's like also last year there was the super psychic policeman.
Oh, I know the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Didn't care for that either, right?
No. Yeah, you didn't. Yeah.
And this is the same kind of thing to me. It's just like, I don't understand why we keep trying.
Yeah.
Why do we keep doing this every time so far? Minus a few standout examples here and there, of which I don't agree with either. So I'm just not gonna rag on Roboco anymore.
Yeah.
But like, why do we keep trying this, man? Why? It don't work. It just falls flat.
Yeah, and this is one thing. It's 19 chapters for this one as well, so it's even less a run than the previous two. I just don't know like who this really did appeal to.
Well, clearly no one, because it got axed. And like you got to remember, this is based off of like the domestic market feedback. So like even Japan doesn't want this. So why do we keep trying?
No, it was like it's one of those ones where none of it just felt like a good. I'll tell you what as well. Previous comedy series that we've read, like Sugamaru and that other, The Exorcist, not The Exorcist Kiyoshi, the other one, the one that was about the same author as Sugamaru.
Murakami, yeah.
Yeah, it was like those series were like, for a first chapter, they were like, was it 30 pages long at most? Because comedy series like that always have a shorter page number kind of thing, because it lends it to it. But this was the full like 52 pages as well. And I was like, how long is this going to go on for? Like, they're setting up the concept for it. But like you said, I don't really care for the concept. Oh, it's all to set up this joke that supermodel prisons, they were born here or whatever, and they want to like basically help. And it's like, okay, it's the prison island thing. I understand it's a unique concept. It's a unique prison setting that you wouldn't really find that in many other manga, especially for a comedy series. But then you have the exposition which they give you, and it's like this exposition with the comedy just doesn't work here.
Yeah, it's a slog for sure.
There's that main character as well who's like the new prison guard because her dad
was a prison guard. Yeah,
and I was like, okay, cool. There's this stuff that comes through, like all the inmates which are like kooky. Oh, like here's the killer clown. Here's this guy that thinks he's a cicada. Like all of it was like, okay, cool. None of it was funny. None of it was funny.
You know what it is? It's like after your description there, it's basically set up like Manzai, like the new prison guard. She's the straight man, and then what's his face, main character, he's the funny guy. Yeah, none of it hits. Literally none of it.
No,
they're like 1 in a million that succeed. And I understand you don't know if you don't try, but I'm like, Can we just stop?
You see a lot of successful comedy series. Obviously, Gintama the most successful comedy, but also has a lot of other things with it. I think that's your like model. That's your like top tier comedy series. And then you have like the Puyutefuku Jaguar kind of thing, the Bobobo kind of ones, which are wacky, like the ones that you hate, Nathan, the XD random kind of thing.
Yeah, the ones I really hate.
Yeah, this just feels like I think Jump's trying to find those your next Puyutefuku, your next Bobobo kind of thing. Like, and it's just
they have a library of like these are our successes. And I understand you might find another one that kind of fits that like box.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, bruh, I don't. God, I'm so sick of these. I'm so sick of these.
I think it's clear that we did not enjoy this, and obviously we can see why it ended. So we won't slate this any more than we've said all we need to about Nice Prison. It just wasn't an enjoyable read.
I am probably going to say this right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely in contention for the worst one of the year for me.
Yeah, I think this is the only one which I thought this is awful. I think this is the worst one. Yeah, I will say this now. That was the worst one for me.
Fair.
Looking at all the series that I'm looking at my notes that I made about the other ones, that is, yeah.
Actually, no, I'm going to join you. That is the worst one for me as well. The other one I had in mind is like just a step above.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next series, and the one that is actually still running as well, so that's good.
Yes, the first one that's still running. Altar of the Flame, created by Yuki Kawaguchi, published May 12th to present, 29 chapters as of recording. The world is encased in winter due to the advances of the Ice Kingdom. Kind-hearted Ota, who dreams of being a warrior like his dad, has been entrusted with keeping the fires burning as a cook in the fortress. But when the fortress is attacked by the demonic army of the Ice Kingdom, the people and the flame are in danger of being snuffed out. Can Ota awaken a power that can turn the tide? A hero's journey of fire and ice now begins.
Right. Okay, so immediately, Yuki Kawaguchi is the author, mangaka of Red Hood. Do you remember that one?
Oh, that's why it looks so familiar. I loved Red. Oh, no. Yes.
There we go. There's the happiness.
Yeah. I wanted Red Hood to succeed as well. That one got axed.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
So I was looking like, because this art does seem familiar. I was like, where's I seen this before? There it is. I don't think we've ever properly talked about Red Hood on this channel. I think it was before we started doing these year by year series.
I think it was mentioned.
Yeah,
a couple of times.
I think so. Yeah, but like it was around the time that it was getting axed. I think it was when we were talking about axed manga. Yeah,
that makes so much sense because Red Hood was also kind of like Nordic themed.
Yeah,
it was also like the Norse mythology and Vikings and stuff.
I'll tell you what, this is a kind of series that you don't often see come around in Jump like every year. I think this is a very like a Viking theme and like a kind of older school.
Also, the art is like real different from a lot of things you see in Jump.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way. Like, I really like the art style.
I mean, it's a really clean art style. Like, it lends itself to the actual subjects of the series. It gives me Icehead Gill vibes. Do you remember that?
Yeah. That was also pretty good.
It's a very similar with the ice, like, it's frozen over. But this kind of I feel like, again, this isn't completely my kind of series. There's a lot of it which I'm like, this is a really cool concept. No pun intended. It's just not my kind of thing. I've never really been into the Viking-y war kind of stuff, so it's never really been my thing. However, I can appreciate that people are enjoying this right now, and it's good that it's still going after half a year. 29 chapters. It's gone past the 20 chapter mark. That's always a good sign, right?
Yeah.
And it's a war series, like, which is like, again, when you see stuff succeeding like Vinland Saga and that kind of stuff, like there's a market for this, you know what I mean?
There is, and bruh, I was totally down for this.
Yeah.
Art style, like, even you can tell I didn't know that this was Red Hood's mangaka.
Yeah.
But like, I was totally down for this. This was probably the first one that I was like, I might read the next chapter. I didn't actually. Because, you know, we had so many first chapters to read, so there's a lot of pages. But like, this one, I was like, I'm 100% in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I vibe with this. This is sick.
You know what this gives? I've written this down in my notes as well. This gives me the vibes of like a mid 2000s, or early 2000s manga. You know, where like you had those kind of things like stuff like the Grey Man coming through, like Shaman King, those kind of series. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
You said Shaman King.
yeah.
I feel like Shaman King, because of the way the powers work in Shaman King, I feel like that's like this year's kind of theme, I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, no, I can completely get it. There's always this kind of like this lending hand of gods and stuff like that, and there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But I mean, the art style in this is really good. I'm just looking back on that first chapter now. There's a really cool double page spread. It's like this bit here, Nathan. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
It's like that bit there where he finally gets his power. It's the sword, it's the fire, this like kind of spirit that's with him. It's a good concept.
So cool, man.
Yeah.
It's also nice, you know, after all the Avatar, you know, memeing, and then the Fire Nation attacked. Now it's the Ice Kingdom, you know. It's nice to see the other side of it. Like,
I did enjoy that first chapter. It is a good read. It felt like at least we're getting somewhere with these chapters. There's a lot there. This feels like a whole rounded concept, and it feels like hopefully it has a good future in Jump. Like, I don't know where it's at in like the table of contents, whether it's high or low or anything. Especially there's a lot of competition now. But yeah, hopefully, like, this is a series that Jump needs right now, to be fair.
yeah.
It needs that kind of that series. And
Also, like, even just from that double page spread you showed me,
yeah.
you can see that there's plenty of room for Ota to gain more power and for his design to change as time goes on, because like it's quite basic from the first chapter, you know, like it's shonen, you know, there's gonna be like something or several times where he's gonna have to go do some training or something, or learn a new power, and then I don't know, gain more equipment or something. And you know, like there's so much room for his design to also just get cooler.
Yeah. Because that's what he's starting off like, oh, I've just got this power. There's so many room, like you said, there's room for character development. There's room for like him to train and stuff like that, get more like stuff. Yeah, 100% agree with you. There's a lot of space for this series to grow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially with an adventure series. It's an adventure series as well. Let's look at it like that. There's going to be like all sorts of things going down here.
Yeah, this one is easily a recommendation for me. Like, this is super strong, if not my pick of this year.
Ooh, okay, yeah. I had a feeling you'd like this, but pick of the year is that's a strong contender. Jeez.
Well, I mean, look, I know what this year's one will actually be.
Yeah.
Because we'll get there.
Yeah.
Because it's a follow-up. But like, if we go like wholly original, there's not a follow-up, like a sequel series.
Yeah.
For me, this is the one, man.
Okay, yeah. No, fair. Okay. Again, it's not my kind of series, but I know like you've enjoyed it. Other people definitely enjoy this, and yeah, I could see it doing quite well. Hopefully it does. Right, okay. Should we move on to the next one?
Yes. Harukaze Mound, written by Togo Goto, illustrated by Matsura Kento. Published June 16th to present, 24 chapters as of recording. We twins were born on the same day and share the same dream, and we've made a promise to each other. Nobody's more passionate about baseball than the Kazumi twins. Younger brother Aokaze and his golden right arm is a once-in-a-generation talent. Older brother Nagiharu is a lefty bench warmer. These two have walked the same dream since birth, but when they meet a certain catcher, their destinies will begin to change. The creators of Phantom Seer bring you a serious baseball epic. That's the first time I've read that last line. I am kind of interested and disappointed.
Yeah, Phantom Seer was like one of those things which we both really got into,
And then it got axed.
and it's good to see that it's like they're back.
Yeah, but I wanted Phantom Seer or something similar. Come on.
Yeah, these were a talented duo that came like with Fantasy. It was a really good series. It's a shame that it got cancelled so soon. Harukaze Mound though is it's a series which I felt like out of all of these I kind of forgot about. I was like, wait, which one's this one again? And again, another sports series, which is it's good to see. I think it was last year that we were like there wasn't that many sports series coming through.
Yeah.
And this time we've got a couple here. Well, we've got 3, I think, isn't it? Like, I think there's 3 sports series this year.
Yeah. So last year was like the year of supernatural stuff.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
And this year is the year of sports series, I feel like.
Yeah. It's
I don't know if they plan it to be like that or if it just happens to be like that, but you know what I mean? Like, it just.
I feel like there's all that Jump always look for gaps in what they're missing in the mangas, like in their magazines sometimes. And I feel like this time, I think last year we even said it, there wasn't like an abundance of new sports series coming through, and I honestly can't remember which ones have come and gone. Obviously, Blue Box is still there, but other than that, like, what else have you really got?
I mean, it would have been Haikyuu, right? That would have been the last really big one.
Even then, yeah, Haikyuu. I mean, God, how long ago that end as well? That sort of thing. Yeah,
that was a long time ago. Well, I mean, maybe that's why they're trying to fill that gap, isn't it? Because it's been a while.
Yeah, especially like since Blue Box does tick 2 boxes there for romance and a sports series, it's like
yeah,
you might want your soul sports because again, Haikyuu and Kuroko were like roughly around the same. Maybe not maybe Haikyuu.
They did overlap at one point, I think, but it was close to the end of Kuroko where they were like,
it was, weren't it? Yeah,
because Haikyuu basically replaced it.
Haikyuu basically succeeded like a good way of Kuroko. Like they did a good link up there.
Yeah,
but Harukaze Mound. It's good to see a baseball series.
Yeah, actually, I think we said that.
Yeah,
quite a few times last year and probably this year that there's like baseball really isn't something we've seen for a while.
Yeah, like I can't tell you any baseball series that I've really read in Jump. I think I've heard of some that have come and gone. Wasn't that like Seven Dragons Parade or something like that? I remember that.
Oh yeah, I read that for a little bit.
Didn't you say it was really disappointing though?
Yeah, it was not great.
Yeah. I mean, this is still going, which is good. It's quite early days.
I quite liked it.
But at the same time, it doesn't really stand out to me as a series that we read in this. Like,
interesting.
I mean, I like the rivalry and I like the brothers. Is it brothers? Are they brothers? They are, aren't they?
Yeah, they're twins.
Obviously, one's succeeding really well. The other's like kind of like a bench warmer, but then finds that like because he's been copying his brother for so long.
Yeah, he's been doing everything like wrong because he's left-handed.
Yeah, I like the dual protagonist kind of thing and the rivalry of it. I like that it isn't dragged out too much. That what's his face? The Southpaw picture. Is it him? Yeah, because his younger brother's the one that's the good one, right? I can't remember exactly all the names there. Nagiharu's the one that like is kind of put on the bench a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I had to reread it. I was like, wait, hold on, what the fuck? Which one is it?
I will say this, it's in the note.
Yeah, I know. It's like I read Southpaw picture and I was like, which one's that again? Is that the shit one? Like not the shit. Like out of the two, like obviously set up like he's the underhand, like the underpass. Whatever. I don't know baseball.
Yeah, he's lefty. Southpaw just means left.
Fair enough. That's an
I actually knew that from boxing, but
really? Anyway, going back, scrapping all the nonsense I just said. Like, I do feel like it's established that Nagiharu is a bad pitcher. Like, you've got that by the end of the chapter that he has a talent, and it's good to see how these two brothers will go head to head, like have that rivalry, but also that partnership. I think it's quite cool to see. And obviously, you got this other third character in Hibuki Hayama, who is plays that role of like join my team and we'll create like a whole bunch of outsider players and stuff like that. That's a cool one. I do like that kind of concept.
Yeah.
And I like to see where that would go in the future. However, will I read this series moving on? Probably not. It's not to say it's bad, but I don't know if I, in the nicest way, I don't know if I can be bothered to read another series like this.
Fair.
Yeah. What do you think?
It's enjoyable to read, especially because, like, I don't know, I feel like the typical thing to do, like, siblings in a series is, like, it's not a friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
Even though they're achieving the same goal, there's normally, like, one of the siblings is going to be a dickhead, conceited and whatever, like, I'm the best.
Blue lock.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know what I mean? And that's how you always sort of get your antagonist and protagonist is like the one you follow is like, oh, I'm the good one, you know, I'm Naruto essentially.
Yeah.
It's Naruto and Sasuke. You got the prodigy that's always just like, I'm brooding and I'm the best. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah.
you suck.
Yeah.
You got your Narutos that are like, I'm not great, but with hard work, I'll get there. Just you wait.
Yeah.
But with this, it's different because Harukaze even gets pissed at his brother because he thought he forgot their promise.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just refreshing.
At least you know that like the broodiness that comes from Harukaze there isn't because he's like, oh, I'm better than you. It's like, oh, why have you like you're basically giving up on us, basically. That's where it comes from, and it feels more that's nicer than just like, oh, like you're awful, I'm gonna leave you behind the dust or whatever the fuck it is, like those kind of reasons.
Yeah, they even make it a point in the first chapter to be like, Alkaze has actually been holding back the whole time because he's like, I don't want to outshine my brother.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that he's going to outshine his brother, but he's been trying to like not outshine him too much.
Yeah, he's holding back at it, yeah.
Yeah, he wants his brother to like pop off as well.
Yeah.
He's just been waiting this whole time. So like, that's what I'm saying. It's like refreshing in that sense because again, you could easily have seen it that anyone could write Alkaze to just be like, you suck, older brother. I'm better than you. I'm going to the good school and I'm going to the major leagues and I'm going to leave you in my dust.
I've outgrown you, older brother.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
is that kind of that dialogue in it where it's usually like that. But yeah, it's good to see that kind of that rivalry where they are like trying to like spur each other on a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I did enjoy the first chapter.
I mean, sports series are very rarely your thing.
I think it really does. It really does have to land. It really does have to land quite well with it. Yeah.
Yeah, much like you with comedy series, sports series is like where I am very lenient.
Yeah.
I tend to give most, if not almost all, sports series a go.
I tell you what, I usually get more on board with sports series when they're in anime form. I think for me, getting into a sports series is usually through anime, and then I'll get to read the manga afterwards. That's how I got into Kuroko. I think it's quite similar to how I got into Haikyuu as well, actually.
I mean, I understand that. Again, it's a physical thing, so seeing it in motion, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'd still recommend it to people. I wouldn't like say like there's a lot of series here which I'll be like, it's not my thing. I probably wouldn't recommend it. But this one, yeah, it's decent.
Yeah, I'd recommend it. It's pretty cool. Again, would have liked something similar to Phantom Seer now that I know who made it, but okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I'm totally not butthurt still about Phantom Seer or anything.
Right. Should we move on to the next one?
Yes. Okay. How would you say this? I want to say Kaedegami.
I would say it like that as well, Kaedegami.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine then.
No, I get you.
You know, we don't speak Japanese, so. Anyway, Kaedegami, created by Jun Harukawa, published June 23rd to October 20th, 17 chapters. A secret relationship with a mysterious entity. In a world with demonic monsters called Shengwai, a young orphan named Ko lives alone in the mountains with a mysterious Shengwai named Chio. But Chio has a tragic past, and Kyo will have to give all of himself in order to save her. A beautiful East Asian adventure now begins. What did you think of Kaedegami?
Right. You said like before, I think it was when we were talking about Ota of the Flame.
Yeah.
That we have a particular theme in this lot of where you got a MC who is not possessed but is assisted by a supernatural being.
Yep.
And this is the second one we have so far.
Yep.
But then we've got more coming, let's put it that way. I didn't mind this. I thought the art was really good in this.
Yes, agreed.
But again, kind of like Harukaze Mound, I don't think okay, really good, strong first chapter. I don't know if I'd had the motivation to read more. Like, I think this kind of series like feels like it has its first chapter and it's like it reads really well. But how does this move forward? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't feel like for me. I don't have the motivation to keep going with it. What about you?
I actually agree with you.
Yeah.
And it's very surprising because, like, long-time listeners will know that usually I would be very behind this kind of series. Because it's supernatural, it's battle, Shaman King-esque, which, you know, is great because I love Shaman King.
Yeah.
But I kind of agree with you. Like, I probably would have stuck with it just because of those themes that I like. But it would have actually just been me sticking with it through like obligation of trying to see if it got better.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Because I understand setting up Chio to be like, there's a lot happening. You know, there was a whole past there. I don't necessarily think it was also 100% needed that Chio is illustrated to potentially be like waifu material.
Yeah.
And this is like, there's a whole wider argument of Western standards on Japanese media, blah, 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 blah. I'm not doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I just literally mean that I don't actually think it was needed that Chio is, even though in most of the first chapter you don't see her face, but it's just there. Fan service is there straight away. And you know, when you're just kind of like, but why?
Yeah, it's not the most egregious. However, in this list of this year, it is the one that probably stands out the most in terms of that. Like, don't get me wrong, we've had like other series, like kind of those ecchi-ish kind of series before.
I mean, like, to me, if you wanted to sell me that this character is a very powerful ancient monster, demon, whatever it is, if that's the first thing I see, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this right now, right? I would not believe, without any of the exposition, that she is the supposed like ancient Shengwai, like god of war, destructive force.
Yeah.
Because the first thing I saw was anime titties.
This is what I'm trying to comprehend with it. Is like, who is this trying to appeal to with this kind of thing? Is it like, is it your Genshin Impact people? I'm just gonna. That's the first thing that kind of appeals that comes to mind with it for some reason.
I don't know.
The thing is with this series is that, like you said, it's unnecessary. You can do it, like, sure, throw it in there, but like, or you just trying to add like you adding that in there so it can be have more mass appeal to a certain audience, especially when you have something like Ota and the Flame already out there. You have a load of other shonen-esque battle series. Are you using this to try and get more eyes on your series? God.
Well, I was just actually thinking about it. At least, I will say this, at least she's already like that.
Yeah.
And the main character is a dude, right? So when they combine powers, we don't get any more egregious, because you know for a fact it could very easily have gone the opposite way.
Yeah.
And it would have been a younger female character, teenage female character that then combines with like a demon and then is scantily clad. And you're like, you know what? If that's the other possibility somewhere in the multiverse, I guess what we got isn't that bad.
Yeah. I think in the grander scheme of things, of all the series that we've got so far, luckily it doesn't focus on that kind of stuff too much.
It doesn't. Again, it was just, in my opinion, a bit of an unnecessary detail.
Yeah. But yeah, again, 17 chapters though. So it's the shortest running one this year, basically. Unless there's one that's lasted 16 and I haven't looked that far ahead yet. I think it was a good first chapter that just didn't have much depth afterwards. Like, there's a possibility of more world building with it, and you have the space to build up that world a lot more.
I think the only way it could have been cooler is if we saw more of the actual like fighting and battling.
Yeah, it takes a bit to get into it as well.
And even when it does, it barely does any.
Nah, it's a really short part of it. Like,
what, like 4 pages at most of fighting, if that? One of that's like either a double page or like a really big panel.
Yeah.
In that kind of setting, I think it would have been cool to see more of, and this is just assumptions, but because it says like East Asian adventure, it's kind of yokai kind of, you know, like general Asian theme. Would have been cool to see some like martial arts, some actual like acrobatics or something. You know what I mean? Like,
it depends on how many side characters you bring into the series, and there probably is the possibility for that as well, but obviously not anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. That kind of series also definitely has a shelf life, because again, the main objective right now was like, we got to get your body parts back, because she got ripped to shreds or something. You know, like she lost the arms and whatever. She doesn't have a physical form, and it's like, okay, cool, but again, those kind of typical like shonen, like, we need to escalate through the monster of the week, kind of just eventually will fall flat.
What is a shame about this, I think, is that it has set up quite early on in the series that there is a possibility for quite a lot of world building in this. And the fact that it's only 17 chapters long means that they've definitely cut all of that down like horrendously. They've had to put an ending there that's gonna be awful as well. Like, geez, that's got.
I mean, what, 17 chapters? They've probably gone to 2 other locations at best.
Yeah.
Like,
And to assemble all the parts, you know what I mean? That is rough.
yeah, exactly.
It's one of those ones, like, even if I wanted to read it, now that knowing that there's only 17 chapters, you know that's not going to have a good ending.
Yeah.
Not much else to say on it, in my opinion. It's kind of tough to give like a recommendation to this when it is such a short series.
I think it had the potential to be a really cool series.
Yeah.
It clearly didn't. So, yeah.
Right. Should we just move on to next series?
Yes. Ekiden Bros. Created by Daiki Nono. Published June 30th to October 27th. Again, 17 chapters. Nobunaga grew up at a dormitory full of long-distance runners training for the Ekiden Marathon. He dreams of being a runner, but struggles to take the first step. But when he gets pulled into a race at school, he'll catch the attention of the running club. I'm just going to say this from the beginning. I did not like this one.
Yeah. Everything about it is so forgettable. I think my problem that I have with this is that we have a running series, which I haven't seen one in Jump before.
No, I want to jump in real quick.
Yeah.
They copied, like, they stole our prompt. We did this.
I forgot we did a thing. I forgot we had that.
We did this. Culture Boys did it first. Just saying.
I forgot that we did that. Oh man. Okay, yeah. That is funny. God, yeah, imagine. I don't know if they were worth seeing if that was the case. But Ekiden Bros. The art. Do you think the art was really weird in this? It's clean, but I don't like it.
It wasn't what I would expect. It didn't look very. You know what it is? It looked more like Western animation.
Yeah.
Like, if you saw that on, like, a Cartoon Network or a Nickelodeon or something, you'd be like, yeah.
I can tell, yeah. I need to actually look at this art again, because I just know that I didn't like it.
But in, like, a manga format, like in Shonen Jump, it is a bit jarring.
Yeah.
It's not to say it's not clean in its own way.
No, yeah.
Like, it's still, like, a clean art style, but it's just not what you expect to see in Jump. It is very different. It is very Western looking in that sense. I couldn't get behind it. To me, this is like, oh, it's kind of like a Yowamushi pedal, but not as good.
Yeah.
Do you know what the funny thing is? I haven't even read or watched any Yowamushi pedal. I just know that it's a good series because it's lasted through time and people like it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is kind of feels like something like that, but not good.
Yeah. I think the concept of it is okay. So everyone, like, there's a kid who's born into like, or like has this family of runners and he lives at this. Well, it's not even a family of runners. It's like his mum and dad are coaches.
Well, his mom's just the cafeteria lady at the dorm.
Yeah.
His dad's the coach.
Yeah.
And he's just lived around running the whole time.
Yeah, but he also doesn't consider himself to be a runner, but he's also around like the prodigies of like running and stuff like that.
His reasoning is sound. I will give him that.
Yeah.
Because Nobunaga's like, I don't want to run because like I live and breathe running. I'm with all the best up and coming talent all the time. Like, I can't live up to this. And I get that. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Still don't care though.
No.
Like,
everything about this series was just so. The MC's really forgettable to me. Like, nothing really stands out about him. Like,
I think that's by design though, isn't it?
yeah.
Because, you know, like he resigns himself to just like, I'm just to help, you know, I just want to be the support.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of by design, but I agree with you that also hurts it by design. Like,
and you are right when you did say about the Yoramushi pedal thing. Like, it probably is targeting that same audience. But man, there's just something about this. Like the motivation just didn't seem there for me. There's a lot of, again, the art style. I didn't vibe with that so much. It's a lot of it which I don't know, man.
It's definitely one again that the supporting cast is what will build it up.
Yeah,
he's a relay runner, so eventually you'll meet the team, but you clearly don't because
again, 17 chapters. It's like, oh god, it's a rough time for that kind of thing, and I really can't recommend it because I just didn't really enjoy it. I found it quite boring. There was nothing there too much for me.
Yeah, I agree. There's really not much to say. We ended that real quick, like the marathon running. Ha ha ha.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Right, let's move on to the next series.
Yes. Ping-Pong Peril, created by Yoshiharu Kataoka, published July 7th to October 4th. Another 17 chapters.
Fucking hell.
Millions in debt. High schooler Tyra's only path to redemption is in the world of underground ping pong. Give me a flat table, a ball, and a racket, and I'll show you some ping pong. A shining table and a burning ball. Nobody will keep their sanity when this crazy ping pong battle begins.
I didn't expect a quote in there.
Yeah, me neither.
I thought you added it in yourself.
No, nope, that's in there.
Nah, okay, Jesus Christ. Right, okay, so the art style for one for this is...
I feel like I've seen that somewhere. I feel like I've seen this art style somewhere.
I was looking at there's none that I can really recognize here. He's done a couple series called Zenkai Distraction.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, Ping Pong Peril. Apparently, I think this is just called Ping Pong in Japan. But isn't there? But there's probably like a thing, because I think Ping Pong is also like an anime or so, Ping Pong the animation or something like that.
Oh, okay.
There's a series called This is like one shots and stuff like that. So this.
Oh, okay.
But okay, the concept for this is ridiculous.
There was a comedy movie ages ago
Yeah.
that was also table tennis. God, what was it called?
Was it Balls of Steel? Was it that one? Oh, Balls of Fury.
Yeah. I read this, and that's what I thought of.
Yeah.
Except this isn't trying to be that. This isn't a comedy. This is supposed to be serious.
Yeah.
But like, I could not stop thinking about that movie because I was like, I mean, that's kind of what this is.
Yeah. It is just like ping pong, but like now there's like, have you seen Happy Gilmore 2? This is a kind of like
No.
Basically in the end of Happy Gilmore 2, like, because there's this rival to the normal golf tour, was it?
Yeah.
And they have like golf, but there's like extra like layers to it now. So it's golf is too boring. Let's make it exciting. And this feels like that is ping pong, but now we have fireworks and now there's fire everywhere and you get shocked and stuff like that. It's ping pong, bro. And then like they're like, oh, you get $1 million. You get $1 million if you win this game. It's bizarre. The art isn't too bad in this. It's not the greatest, but it's also like, real sure.
It's definitely, it starts pretty serious as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's like he's about to his sister's about to get kidnapped or something, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, she's about to get sold.
Yeah.
Because his like parents, what was it, like his mum passed.
Yeah.
And then his dad just ran off and left them with like millions or billions in debt or something.
Yeah.
And he was a prodigy in ping pong. He won the middle school tournament like 3 years in a row or something. And we can't say it because of where we upload the episodes.
Yeah.
But he tries to defend him and his sister by any means necessary.
Yeah.
And then gets roped into this underground tournament or whatever. It's not even a tournament.
It's ping pong. The thing, all it boils down to is like he's playing ping pong again.
Yeah.
It's like he's got all these trophies, but it's like, oh, it's ping pong, but it doesn't matter anymore because it's just ping pong. It's like
ping pong with no rules.
Yeah.
Except there are rules. That's the funniest thing. Is like, it's ping pong, extreme ping pong.
It's like you said, it feels like it's supposed to be a comedy at times, like, because it's so bizarre and out there as a concept, but it's quite serious.
The thing is, though, even if it was a comedy, I still think it would have felt flat.
Yeah.
Because there's only so long that people would put up with wacky ping pong.
Yeah.
There's only so much you would read before you're like, I'm done.
How far can you go with it? It's
Well, I mean, like, in the first chapter alone, they fucking set a hotel room on fire from ping pong.
Yeah.
So you're like, I don't know how much more you're gonna be like, yep, cool.
It's so...
Oh, you know what? They could escalate it like crazy. Do you remember? Actually, I don't know if you ever watched that far back. Do you remember in Spy Family, there's the one mission where Twilight and Midnight go to the tennis tournament?
Yeah. And then then their opponents start using...
Yeah, except for where that's one episode, extrapolate that to an entire series.
And guaranteed there's going to be something along the lines where it's like, oh, he's using enhanced drugs to do this kind of thing. He's like,
oh yeah, there's going to be one guy that's
Yeah.
like, oh, I took this one serum and now I'm super strong or super fast or whatever the fact.
Part of me feels like, oh, he's going to go through like an Elite Four of ping pong players where he goes into the ice room and then someone's got ice ping pong like against him. And then there's like, oh, no, he's a super strong, like the poison.
Yeah, he's going to meet the fucking Bruno who fucking like, I don't need paddles, I just punch.
Yeah. That's all it can kind of go off of, I feel like. And I still feel like I through all of this, I actually did quite enjoy reading that first chapter. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like it's not for the reasons that the author intended. I don't know if it is. Like, it was really fun to read, but for the most bizarre reasons, because everything that goes on is like, it's ping pong. It is literally just ping pong. It's like with Blue Lock, there's always that like thing where it's like, oh, the overhanging like shadow is that, oh, you can never play football again. But this is fab. It's just big, like, or like you get eliminated. There's an elimination aspect of it, but like,
if he doesn't make the money, they're gonna take his sister. I think that's pretty good motivation.
Then he beats the guy anyway, though.
Well, yeah, because he's the protag and it's the first chapter. Of course, he's gonna beat the guy, but like,
do you think this is relevant? By the way, I was looking through the chapter again. It says Debt Collector 29 Kansai accent.
It's setting the tone or something.
Why is that a thing? Surely, like, usually when they give that a breakdown, it's like, oh, is this bad? But accent, is that really the thing you're gonna like like showcase in this?
Well, I mean, like, think of it like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
If that was over here,
Yeah,
then it would have said Debt Collector 29 Cockney accent.
like, surely that isn't a priority. Is that really a
No, but like, if it's the first chapter, then like you kind of get a feel for how the guy sounds and how he died.
yeah,
Kansai is like, like Osaka, like,
yeah.
so like, you can imagine like it's not gonna sound like the neutral like Tokyo side or whatever. I don't know, man. I don't even know why I'm arguing this point.
Yeah. Regardless, though, I'm curious to where it goes. This is one thing. I'm like, where does this series end? Like, and how far do the stakes go? That's the most curious thing about. I'm not entirely sold on the series. I just want to know how far they go with it. Like, how far can you actually do this thing?
They got 17 chapters, so presumably there's, I don't know, 17 more matches.
Does he train more? Does he get an idea? I don't know.
I don't know, dude. In my head, I could come up with so many other wacky situations because it's just whatever, innit, right? Like, I'd like to think in the 17 chapters, there's one where they cheat and there's like, like the tennis ball launchers?
Yeah.
But like ping pong balls.
But they're on fire.
And then there's just like a dude that like has a paddle that has like extra paddles attached or something, Like, I don't know.
It's a ridiculous concept, and I think if you're curious about it, go ahead and read more. Don't get your hopes up on obviously for the 17 chapter run. But sure. You know what? Fuck it, I'd recommend it. Go just check it out. Go on. Just for the chaos of it. Yeah, fuck it. Check it out. Why not?
I want to recommend the movie Balls of Fury.
Is it Christopher Walken that's in that as well?
Yeah.
Like, they made a video game of it. The funniest thing, I remember the video game more than because it was always in like just game stores for like dirt cheap because obviously it's just a shitty ping pong game.
That was one of my favorite comedy films of that summer.
Really? Is it actually a good film?
It's funny, at least to me.
Yeah.
Like, so I would go recommend the film.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Oh, man.
So before I get to this breakdown,
yeah,
this is the one I was talking about that I know would be the actual manga of this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo.
Mm-hmm.
Written by Gege Akutami, illustrated by Yuji Iwasaki, published September 8th to present, 13 chapters as of recording. It's been 68 years since the Cullen game. In 2086, an alien race known as the Simurians arrive on Earth in a spaceship. The fate of the world lies in the hands of two Jujutsu sorcerers, Yuka and Tsurugi Okotsu. Jujutsu sorcerers and aliens. What chaos will be born from this meeting? I will say this as well straight away. I am anime only, so I didn't actually read this.
Yeah, that's fair.
Pepe is up to date, so Pepe will tell you what you need to know.
Yeah. Right, okay, so I'll give a quick rundown without trying to keep this spoiler free as well, because obviously I'm not going to say what the hell went on in the end of JJK for anyone that hasn't read it or watched it yet.
Show me.
You know, like, you get Boruto.
Yeah.
You're like, this is an okay sequel. It's not exactly my thing. Like, there's people that probably love Boruto as well, by the way. This feels like a Boruto to me. You enjoy Boruto, yeah?
Yeah.
You're probably gonna really enjoy this, to be fair. I think, for me, I don't know whether I'm like the outlier here. I didn't think the first chapter of this was that great. Like, JJK, when I read it, I really enjoyed reading JJK. I think I got into it, I was like, okay, cool. And we recommended it to each other as well. It was like, you gotta read this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like people are really enjoying this as well. People love JJK as a series. The action is cool in this, and it's an interesting concept for a sequel because it's going to a different pathway than JJK was.
I mean, it sounds like it from the breakdown. It's aliens now.
It's a good way of like diverting the series because the way that JJK ends, there's a lot of stuff with the sorcery and all that, like demons and stuff that come through.
So, do you think, and this is just a stupid question from an idiot who only read this breakdown,
Yeah.
because it's aliens now, do you think they're still going to be called sorcerers? Or are they gonna rebrand and be something else?
So there's still sorcerers. Luckily, they still use all the powers that they had from JJK. Maybe on like a different scale, because I think like JJK was so like, oh, like here's this move that I have, it's established, it's this power. They've only really just scratched the surface in that first chapter.
Okay.
It's gearing up for the alien stuff to arrive, and you know the aliens are a concept.
I get it. It's gonna be hard to explain, like especially spoiler free.
Yeah, when I just said it was like Boruto as well, there's a lot of differences. I meant Boruto more in the story-wise as well. Luckily, with this, there's barely any, oh, look, there he is this person, but older. Like, there's almost none of that, which I actually quite like.
That also makes sense considering they only ever mention, especially in this breakdown that I just read, I only recognize Okotsu.
Yeah, and it's also 68 years after the end of Thingy. So even if you did see anyone, you're like, oh, look, it's that person, but they're an old person.
Yeah, he's going to be like 70-something, 80-something.
So whenever they have like a character, they kind of don't really show their face.
Oh, okay.
What I like about sequel series like this is that sometimes so removed from that thing. It's still within that universe, but it's still there.
So what you're saying is you're happy that they don't do a Boruto's dad.
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad they're not like, I get like just referencing all these random people. Don't get me wrong, like obviously it's removed from that, but there is still clearly within that universe. All those characters are referenced in some cases, but it's not the main reason.
Yeah.
You need a little bit of that backstory to understand fully what's going on. It's not essential, I don't think. Not right now, not within that first chapter.
Okay.
If this does get an anime, maybe I'll watch the anime for it. But for me, I'm sound. I don't need to read any more right now. I'm content.
Fair enough.
I guess we can move on from there unless you have any other questions.
No, not really. We're moving on to someone Hertz. Hertz as in the frequency?
Yeah.
Not Hertz as in hurt. Created by Ai Yamano, published September 15th to present, 12 chapters as of recording. Mime shares the hobby of listening to a late-night comedy radio show with the funny and mysterious Kurage from his class. And she's famous for sending in hilarious comments that are read on the show. But Mime wants to be just as funny as her. Are they friends? Are they rivals? Are they something more? This radio rom-com is on the air.
Yeah.
I could not get behind this one.
Really? Not keen on that one.
No, because this, as a first chapter, I didn't think was very strong.
Yeah.
And it also made me think, Showa Shoten, but worse.
Yep. Right. Okay. I'm glad you brought up Shoro Shota because that is the first thing that came to me as well. Like,
Well, that's because it's almost the same first chapter, no? Showa Shoten starts off with the protag of that series writing joke for a radio show, except he's good.
yeah, and it's the same thing. He gets like all these like USB sticks because he's the best one every single week. And you're right, your dual protagonists here are basically the whole focus of this is that radio show. What I do quite like about this is it's a bit wholesome. Like, there's no major thing to get over. It's you kind of like slice of lifey kind of thing. We got a bit of comedy in there. The comedy setting anyway of the Manzai thing.
I also think that the translation of the jokes might not work because reading some of the prompts, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But some of the answers I read were like, this is funny.
Yeah.
From Eel Potato, and I'm like, I think I read one that I'm like in English was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And I did kind of chuckle, but like the rest of them, I was just kind of like, what? That's so random. What?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Shoten kind of gets like that as well because, again, it's a barrier in it. That's one thing with Japanese comedy to Western comedy is that there is that kind of thing.
At least with Showa Shoten, though, like, you know it's manzai.
Yeah.
So, like, you know it's that heavily based on that, like, two-man comedy act.
Yeah.
Whereas this is, like, one-liners.
Yeah. Which can translate anywhere, really. Yeah.
I mean, they should be able to translate, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I think maybe in Japanese, some of these, like, one-liners might be funny.
Yeah.
Or, like, funnier if you could read it and you understood.
Yeah.
Some of them translated to English, I'm just kind of like, I just don't understand. Like,
Yeah.
that's just a random statement. That's like if you said to me, like, oh, why is the chicken cross the road? And I just random non sequitur, like, because taxes are due. It's like, okay, I guess.
It's so fucking stupid, but yeah. I hate that actually.
Do you know what I mean? But like, that's exactly what that's exactly what this first chapter felt like for the comedy, at least. And to me, the whole thing just fell flat because I'm like, the comedy doesn't hit.
Mm-hmm.
And even though you've helped me grow, this was still like way too slice of lifey for me to enjoy. I was just like, I don't care.
Yeah. Is it because there isn't really a hurdle to get over, really? Like, it feels like the main goal here is...
I think it's because I don't care that the main character's like, I want to be funny. Because, like, he's got the goal of being funnier than his friend.
Yeah.
Who is Eel Potato. Kurage is like, she's like the funniest of the show, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the whole like, I won't go out with anyone unless they're funnier than me.
Yeah.
And there's like that whole like underlying like, oh, she likes him.
Yeah.
I don't care that the kid's not funny.
Yeah, the hurdle to jump over doesn't feel like it's high stakes enough. And this is the one thing with this series is that like it feels a lot more chill compared to like all these other series that we've had so far. This is a lot more laid back series and the art style I feel lends it to that a little bit as well. I feel like the art style matches this really, really well.
It really does. It works wonderfully. And I've got nothing wrong with the art. I love the art.
Yeah, yeah.
But the story is just like, I don't care, man. To me, it's a very like lackluster story.
For me, obviously, 13 chapters in so far, and it's one of the latest series to start. When did this start? It was September. Depending on how this is going right now, I don't know how it is, but I don't know if this will survive in Jump for much longer. We'll probably maybe see...
I don't see so personally. Like, if it does get axed in the next 5 to 8 chapters, like, if they allow it to get to 20... fine. I don't see this one lasting much.
How far do you even go with this as well? This is one thing, because right now he's got the goal to be funnier than Eel Potato. What happens when he does get more answers written and it's like, oh, okay, cool, now they get to go out or something? And...
Exactly. Where does it end?
Yeah, and you're right, where does it actually end with this?
I would have recommended Showa Shoten over this easily.
Yeah, right. Should we move on then?
Moving on to Gonron Egg.
I also misread this as Gonron Egg as well. So...
you trying to get someone sued?
Yeah. Gonron isn't really a word that I've read before.
Well, that's because it's also not an actual word, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
This is a very literal title.
Yeah.
Everyone will understand when we get into it. But Gonron Egg, created by Shuhei Tanizaki, published October 27th to present, 6 chapters as of recording. Human society has collapsed. The survivors are now slaves to powerful creatures known as Drakarchs. But when a young slave named Gonron meets a Gonron Egg named Oma, these two who share a cruel fate will need to work together. Retrieve the lost peace and dignity. Young man, the time to rebel is now.
They're really adding in these extra little bits in these descriptions now. Like,
yeah.
Like, what is it? Young man, the time to rebel is now. Young man, the crowd.
Then you pick up the egg and you free human society.
Right, okay. Description aside.
Yes.
You know, you said you had your favorite series in this list.
Uh-huh.
This is one of my 2 favorite series.
So this is the Shaman King-esque that you like.
Yes, this is another one. Out of all the list of them, I really did enjoy this one. I feel like it delivers in terms of battle. The art style is great. Saying that, the art style was a bit like, I'm not sure if this is a thing I vibe with straight away. But then when you get into it, when you see like the transformation of Gonron and like all the stuff that happens.
For lack of a better, because we don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
His oversoul looks a lot like Yo's oversoul.
Yeah.
When he combines with the Midamaru, the sword, and the other thing.
This is the peak Shaman King like transformation thing.
This is the second form, you know, where Yo gets like the shoulder pad and the big like spirit katana. This looks a lot like that.
Yeah.
This is when I was like, oh, this year there's a lot of like Shaman King like stuff.
There's a lot of points in this that like kind of catch me off guard as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit bloodier than I was expecting it to be. You know, there's like the main character's head gets decapitated within like the first like 20, 30 chapters or whatever.
Do you know what the funny thing is that I don't think the art style matches up quite with what's going on.
No.
This is the kind of thing I would imagine has like a way more detailed, like if the art from like Ota of the Flame was with Gonron, you would have seen just way more blood and
This is the one thing, the art style. That's why it kind of caught me off guard that the kid's head got chopped off, like, because the art style, like obviously, like the whole series is quite dark as well. It's like humanity's been enslaved.
Yeah,
it's a mass genocide, really.
Pretty much. There's like almost no humans left. They all ruled by these demons.
There's a specific word they call them.
They're called Drakarks, but like they're from like heaven or something, or hell, like
they're like another world or something. Like,
yeah,
the concept is that the Drakark king was killed and overthrown, and then that's why all these Drakarks are coming down.
Yeah, and that's how Gonron got his egg.
Yeah.
Hence Gonron Egg. Told you it was literal.
It's this transformation. It's like you said, it's so Shaman King-esque. It is. Like,
it looks cool though.
It does look cool.
It looks really friggin' cool though.
This feels like your peak shonen, you know what I mean? This is the thing where you like give me those like kind of the series which is like it's gonna be a rebellion series, which is so like
it's also got room to grow to get cooler as well, because like the Drakarks are like huge.
Yeah.
They're like big things. So you're like, is he gonna go kaiju size? Or is it gonna be like Shaman King where he like gets more friends? They also have good Drakark and then they combine.
Yeah.
And there's like a big like monster fight, you know? Like that would be cool.
Yeah, I love the concept of taking down enemies that are clearly bigger than the like larger scale enemies as well. Because he took that Drakark down like instantly, and then you're hearing all this thing like, "Hey, look, I've been like a father figure to you. Like, please forgive me." It's like, nah, man, you're dead,
bruh. That's also messed up. Like for that Drakark to be like, "I was like a father to you. I ate your parents, by the way.
Yeah,
I'll reunite you with your family. By the way, I was also like a father, so don't kill me."
Yeah. There's such a satisfying when that Drakkar gets taken down. And this is probably one of the only few that I've like, I want to read more of this. I want to keep going with this series. I do hope that it has a long run in Jump. I feel like this is something that Jump needs right now. I'd highly recommend Gonron Egg.
I'd also agree. I would recommend this series without a doubt. Moving on to the second to last series of the year.
Yes.
The Mage Next Door, created by Hideaki Nabe, published November 3rd to present, 5 chapters as of recording. In the magic realm, mages train hard to master their arts. However, one mage named Toyo Osoigawa only cares about using magic to live a comfortable life. But now, thanks to the orders from the divine magus, the least motivated man in the magic realm has been sent to the human realm. Can he use his bizarre magic to protect humans and send evil wizards back to their world?
Right. I want to hear what your thoughts are on this first.
Okay, it's alright, it's fine.
I really enjoyed this. I
knew you
would.
I was gonna say that. Before
Yeah.
you beat me to the part, I was gonna say this is 100% your kind of thing.
Yeah.
From the get-go, when they establish, like, mages, they train, wizards and shit, and everyone else is doing offensive magic, thunder, and all sorts of crap, and then Asoigawa, the main character, is like, oh, but I am training. See, I'm floating 5 centimeters off the ground. And then they do the epic, like, he's gonna create more magic. He basically went Super Saiyan 2 in that panel.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I don't know why, but I immediately thought Gintama, and I was like, if this motherfucker
Okay.
does a Kamehameha right there, I'm like, I'm done. He didn't do that, but he did do something just almost as ridiculous.
So what I really like about this, right, is that I feel like it delivers on a very similar theme to Mashal.
I can see that, yeah.
I think that this is the one thing that I immediately came from it. It gives those Mashal elements to it. Mash is quite an oblivious character. There's always like a ridiculous reason for Mash to like get over like that hurdle. I think readers of Mashal will also really enjoy this. I think it does have some Gintama elements in terms of the fact that I think the main character is somewhat resemblant to Gintoki from Gintama, however, not as paradising.
I'm glad you said that. He looks a hell of a lot like Gintoki.
Yeah. And then you have that kind of thing, oh, I'm lazy, I want a nap kind of thing. Yeah, you've got Mashal elements there, but the MC isn't like a carbon copy of Mash or whatever. He delivers on some similar aspects, and the story actually does have a goal as well. He gets sent down to the human world to defeat the bad wizards.
I can't remember. Do they say how many?
They haven't said how many, but there's a bunch of them just causing a ruckus.
Okay.
I'd highly recommend. This is one of my 2 favorite series from the thing. I know.
Yeah, I didn't. There was no doubt in my mind you'd love this.
Yeah.
Not a single moment that I was reading this that I didn't think you would come out of this being like, well, one of your top picks.
Yeah, I really did enjoy. Yeah,
it's all right.
At the end of the day, I think we've said what we can about this. Like,
I'd still recommend it. I definitely can see this being something a subset of people would like.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's move on to the final manga.
The final series of the year. Hero Girl and Demon Lord Call It Quits. Created by Hatsubina Matsuri. Published November 10th to present. 4 chapters as of recording. With the ages-old battle between good and evil settled, the Demon Lord becomes roommates with the hero. A slice of life comedy with the oddest roommates ever. Ha 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 ha.
It's not like the most egregious description we've had today.
No.
I think this is a fine series.
Yeah.
It's one that, for me, it just exists. I honestly don't know how long it will last in Jump. There's nothing for a series of what it does. Like, oh yeah, it's like these 2 opposites like becoming friends, or like these 2 enemies becoming friends, and then like just trying to live an ordinary life. It's kind of good comedy in there. It's like kind of reminds me a little bit of Witch Watch in some elements of it.
I was gonna say that.
Like, I think that's probably like your closest comparison that you can draw from this.
Yeah.
In my notes I've written down is that if I was still reading every manga in Jump, I think I would keep up with this.
I could see you keeping up with this.
Yeah, it's a fun but obligation one. You know what I mean? I don't think I need to read much more from what I get the gist of it, and it probably doesn't go much further.
I feel like this kind of fills in the odd slot of Ruri Dragon.
Oh yeah, okay, I forgot about that.
There was like this like slice of life thing, and there's just this fantasy element.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't see how long this is gonna go.
Nah.
I feel like there's only so many times you can watch him do something like stupid, powerful, amazing, and then just be like, cool,
I'm gonna go back to watching an anime now. I'm gonna read some manga. And yeah, that's his main shtick at this point. What else can you do? Oh, like the Demon Lord might go to a cafe and be like, oh, I want a strawberry frappe. They're really good or something like that.
Well, come on, Pepe. It's Japan.
Yeah.
Not frappe, parfait.
And like that's the whole like spiel about this is like she wants to go to school and live a regular life, and he just wants to lay about and become a shut-in and like
Yeah, he just wants to be a neat.
that's the whole joke about this thing, and that's the one thing about it. It's got an appeal there. But at what point are you like, okay, cool, I've seen this done now. What difference can you do with it? And although I think it is fun, a fun first chapter, the shelf life on this doesn't look like it can run for a long.
Yeah, especially because, like you said, in the first chapter, he's already fucking turned back time, changed their location, changed a few details here and there, like it wholly omitted the alien. Like, he's already done a shite ton of stuff that you're like, what else are you gonna do?
I don't dislike the series. I just don't know how long it can go on for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it was fine.
Yeah.
I said it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
I'm indifferent, and sometimes when you're indifferent, that's worse than having an opinion.
Yeah.
Because at least if you have an opinion, you either love it or hate it. You're one way or the other, but
that's it, yeah.
This, I'm just like, whatever. I could take it or leave it.
Yeah, that's a sad thing about it, yeah.
Yeah, and like, especially because it's like the last one of the year, you know, like, and so it's the last one we're talking about, and it's just like, it doesn't even feel like a satisfying ending. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, think about it this way. There was one ending that we had in 2023 where it was like, well, didn't it end on greens or something stupid like that? So that,
oh Lord,
yeah, think about it that way. I feel like,
oh wow,
I think, and even last year, I think the last one was Sid Craft, Love is a Mystery or something like that. I think that was the one that we ended on last year.
Oh, it always just ends really poorly, doesn't it? Ew.
I didn't mind Sid Craft, to be fair.
I hate it.
I thought like it was from the manga that did We Never Learn, so.
Last year didn't end very strong.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm looking at my notes from last year, and it was Hakutaku and Sidcraft, Love is a Mystery.
Oh, fucking hell. Hakutaku, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's really not a strong end.
That was that was tough. But I even think like 2023 had that ice skating manga as one of the last few, didn't it?
Yeah, no, that did not end well either, because it was you're right, 2 on ice and greens. Awful.
Yeah, like Jump has this thing where I think they'll always just chuck in a load of series at the end of the year. I don't even know which series are still going in. You know, like where like there used to be a thing like, oh, I'd message you being like, hey, this series is ending now, this series is ending now.
Yeah.
I don't even know which ones are still running. It's like, I need to get, I feel like I'm slacking on that. You know, I feel like I've just failed at that point. Of being like, what the fuck what is still out right now?
I will say, at least this year, I don't mind the Mage Next Door. So, like, I wouldn't say this year is as much of a flop as the last 2 years.
Yeah. I tell you what is quite good though. You know, when you look back at what was out in Jump back then, and we were reading all these news series that came through.
Yeah.
You're seeing a lot that are still hanging around, to be fair. Like, we've got News Exorcist still going on. Hema 10 still going on. Ultimate Exorcist Kiyoshi is still going on.
Nice.
We've got Shinobi Undercover.
Interesting.
And obviously we have Ichi the Witch.
Yeah.
Kagurabachi as well, like that was one of the ones we read 2 years ago. And those two that I think have stood out massively.
Yeah.
Although I have loved Gonron Egg and I think to the Flame is really good, I personally don't think there was a series this year which has got me like, this is gonna be the next big thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there were good series that have come from this.
If we didn't do this specific unintentional roundup, I wouldn't have thought about it.
Yeah.
But you are correct. There hasn't been one that absolute breakout that was just like, yo, oh my God, mind blown. This is going to be fucking crazy.
Yeah. When you get a series, you're like, oh my God, dude, this is amazing. You know you felt it.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's good series this out in Jump.
Yeah. But none of them had that like magic.
Nah.
Wow.
Maybe next year there will be another one. my hope is that something like Gonron Egg and Ode to the Flame and The Mage Next Door, these are series that I hope will stay around in Jump. They won't maybe be flagships. Time will tell whether these will stick around or not, but yeah. Is there anything we want to say before we wrap up this, Nick? I think we've both said that our favorites here. We've made it clear.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you do want to say about this?
Not really.
Nah.
You know, the only thing that's left to be said is always, that's just our opinions.
Mm-hmm.
If you got this far, then thanks. It's going to be a long one. These are always a long ones.
Yeah.
But go and make your own opinions. Go and read them.
Mm-hmm.
Form your own opinions. Always form your own opinions.
But yeah, let us know what your favorite Weekly Jump series have been this year, which ones you've been keeping up with, what you think is going to be the next big breakout, if you think there are any. And a quick announcement before we sign off. Starting in 2026, Cultured Boys will be releasing an episode once every 2 weeks. As always, we appreciate your continued support, and we do hope that you continue to enjoy listening to Cultured Boys and us ramble all the time about random things. But thank you for listening, guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button for future Cultured Boys videos. Check the links in our description. We have our podcast platforms down there. And we'll see you guys next time for another Cultured Boys episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.